Hi everyone, it's Margaret again, and I'm here for today's discussion post about greenhouse gases. And the discussion today is whose responsibility is it to reduce greenhouse gas emissions? Is it more of the government side or the individual level? And in addition to that, how the government could encourage individuals to reduce greenhouse gases. So I think it is very much a responsibility that falls on both parties. However, I do think the government has a heavier weight when it comes to who's responsible. I think it's very important that people in their day-to-day lives make certain decisions to reduce, but I also think that the government has a lot more control as far as what we allow in the environment and in the air, and how much can be produced in certain areas, and even something simple like, or not simple, it's actually not simple, something big like providing public transportation, that is up to the government, and the more public transportation that is provided, the less people drive their cars by themselves, which is obviously a huge contribution to greenhouse gases. And so I think that by the government taking action, almost in a previous way, like planning for future generations or future travel trends or future any trend that has to do with greenhouse gases, I think that they're able to prevent it more by putting in regulations or even laws or monitoring and making sure everybody is staying within those guidelines, as opposed to some people, unfortunately, no matter what, just are never going to take a city bus. And that is one form of reducing your footprint, because you are then having multiple people take one route of transportation as opposed to everybody driving their own car by themselves. And so I think it can be reached at an individual level. However, I do think it falls on the government. And as I previously stated, I think they could encourage them by doing things like building light rails and encouraging people to bike and walk by having safe crosswalks and safe biking lanes, and all of those may not seem very significant at the moment, but if they're planned correctly, I do think they encourage people to reduce the emissions and to help our environment.